is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
How good is that?
It is Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie. Welcome to the Tuesday podcast, or big one today. We went down a huge rabbit hole with this one, but I threw it out there, guardian angels. You'll hear me absolutely butcher a story about a guardian angel, but then, isn't it amazing how small things, big things grow?
It sounds like an ad.
Yeah, it's a Paul Kelly
I would have
song.
said something about how you butchered the story, but then with the help of a guardian angel, you brought it back to life.
Do you know, as a
That's
kid,
not bad.
I woke up one night and I saw somebody sitting on the edge of my bed. I was probably 16 or
was the
17
Uber
at the time. And it was the middle of the night. And I was like...
You didn't know you'd ordered a sundae.
I love you.
And I was lying there
Your
thinking...
Ben and Jerry's is here, Michael.
Is that a guardian angel? And it was my... It wasn't. It was my sister's friend who was absolutely hammered. She was hammered and urinated on the end of my bed.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Susan, her name was. And she then pulled up her pants while she was still weeing and then weed in the hallway.
Oh, the old lazy Susan.
Good one, Fitz.
Anyway, very lazy. Couldn't even get to the bowl.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Tell us how long it's been since you've had a piece of fruit. I do think that as you get older, you can tend to eat less of it because you were forced to eat it as a child.
Yeah.
I know with my mum, when we would walk around the house and we were hungry and we never had like the fancy, like Uncle Toby's muesli bars or things in packets.
Yeah.
We just had food in the fridge, and if we were hungry, Mum would say, there's a fruit bowl full of fruit.
Oh, that's great.
Go and have an orange. So fruit was never sold into us as in a sexy way as children.
It was a punishment.
Yeah, it was.
Go and have an apple.
But look, it lowers heart disease, stroke, all of these things. It gets rid of constipation. I mean, I should be,
You should be all over it.
I should be. But in the UK, they have done this survey where they are saying that people who live in Britain are hard up to have eaten a piece of fruit in a 4-week period.
Give me a break.
Kidding me.
I'm not joking. It says
talking
here
about?
the average UK adult goes 3 weeks without a green vegetable like broccoli or
Yuck.
spinach, and most of the people who don't like veggies, but they say, I still eat, legumes, and what are they called? Pulses is the name. But when they're talking about that, they are just talking about tins of baked beans.
Yeah, I bet they are.
Yeah.
So it's not nothing about it is fresh. No piece of fruit. No apple. I mean, I know you love a good apple.
I
Pink
love
lady
an
in here.
apple. Huge fan of the pink lady.
Yeah.
Well, what is your number one go-to? A banana outdoes an apple, doesn't it? It's just easy.
I always go for a banana if I need more filling and I'm possibly exercising. Because you go, it's great sugar, it's carbs as well. Isn't there carbs in a banana?
Yeah,
Or sugars?
potassium, lots of potassium.
Yeah.
But bananas can constipate you, I think.
Oh, do you get a bit of the 3 o'clock
No,
block?
I'm not talking about me.
Okay, Richie.
Don't you dare
Clear
say
out
that.
the
No,
way.
but it does, because when you're feeding children, remember
Here she
when
comes.
bananas were really expensive in Sydney?
Yes.
They got really expensive, and even like young
Couple of
mothers
hurricanes.
Lady fingers.
could not. Maybe that's the blockage. Now I've lost my train of thought. When you feed kids, they are, like you said, Fitzy, really good go-to. They are in their own packaging, and you can give them to your kid at the park. But if you give them too many bananas, they won't poo.
Right, okay. And then you need to back it up with blueberries or prunes to try and get them to
can't.
poo.
Have you bought blueberries or raspberries or any kind of berries?
$8 a punnet.
It's quite sad because there's a lot of kids out there as well that we've been to a couple of birthday parties for kids, and you'll get the parent that'll just bring out the fruit.
Yep.
And just there's 80% of the children just scrunch up their faces straight away.
Oh, no, they're mad
Are
for
you
a piece of
kidding me?
a little wedge of watermelon or
Yeah.
Are
something.
you kidding me, Lenny's mum? This is
Yeah, you're terrible.
You know how they always call you Mrs. Lenny's mum? Mrs. Lenny's mum, why are we eating fruit? Like, where are the lolly bags?
Yeah, why haven't you dipped it all in chocolate? Like, what are you doing?
I think parents do a fruit platter just to make themselves feel better about all the other stuff. It's like, we'll do all this, we'll do that, we'll have the cake
Got
pops,
the fruit platter,
and then we'll do the fruit platter.
Imagine meeting like a British person, maybe a British girl if I was single, and you sit down for dinner and she doesn't know what fruit is. She doesn't. You show her some vegetables, she doesn't know what that is. You show her a shower, she doesn't know what that is. And you think, what a catch. Like, what are they doing besides fish and chips and pies?
They're not all.
They love fish and chips and pies.
Yeah, they do. And the big, what do they call it in the morning? The
Heathrow injection.
The greasy. They go to the greasy spoons. Isn't that what they do?
What's that mean?
When I was doing panto, after we'd do the show, we'd get up and we'd go to a greasy spoon, which is not the name of the restaurant. It's like
takeaway.
It's a kind of restaurant, like where you can go and get your big breakfast and you're eating your pork sausages.
Oh,
and
for
stuff.
breakfast?
Yeah, good way to start the day. You're always up and about after that.
And your breath just smells so fresh after a beautiful pork sausage first thing in the morning.
Oh, let's not get onto dental issues.
Oh, my 13, 24, 10 if you've made out with someone from the UK and they were just disgusting.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I am looking forward to this. This Stan original series, A Critical Incident. It's now streaming only on Stan, and this man, one of our most respected actors across film, television and theatre. It's the magnificent Erik Thompson.
Wow. Erik, hello, buddy.
Welcome to the show.
Good morning. How are you?
We're really good. Can we just first, Erik, establish the depth of your relationship with Kate Ritchie, who continues to talk about how much of a wonderful person you are? Do you feel the same about her, or it's sort of more one way?
Well, no. Look, I can reciprocate that. We have met over the years, but we worked together on the Claremont murders.
Oh, yes.
You were married. You guys were married for a little bit there.
And even though we were playing the kind of the really difficult emotional stuff on camera, off camera, I don't think I've laughed as much. We had a great time. So
felt real.
Are you going to the Logies this Sunday, Erik? Will you see Kate there?
I am. I'm going. We're going to go. Claremont Murders has been nominated for best miniseries or something. So Kate and I are going to be there with a couple of other cast members, and I'm very much looking forward. It's always great just to catch up with people. You know, get that sense that your career's in the toilet and their careers is going really well. So it's
where do you think you're at, Erik?
It could go either way. Someone might just be about to flush, but in this business, the phone could ring in a second, and I could be the next Batman.
Well,
we
had Sam Pang on the show yesterday, Erik, and he told us that you will be in his opening monologue.
Oh, really? I'll be in his opening.
No, I am joking. But there are some nervous people when Sam Pang walks into the room. He did such an amazing job last year that who he's going to target,
Yeah, well, look, if he, I think it's the same with Ricky Gervais at the Golden Globes.
Yes.
To be targeted is to be sort of knighted. I think I would be very, very happy to be.
Yeah, it's a form of flattery, really, isn't it?
Erik, can I ask about Critical Incident? Can you tell us what the show's about, mate?
Well, it's basically, a critical incident is a police term where there's something that is, really serious happens. Because of that, there needs to be an investigation. But it's set in Blacktown, Western Sydney.
Yeah. Looks awesome.
Sarah Baswani, who wrote the show, worked as a lawyer in that area, in the youth justice area, and so she had a really amazing insight into the complexities of the dynamics of the internal workings of the police force. Sure. And so basically it's not your average cop show, but if you like cop shows, you'll like it. It focuses on a young, diverse cast, so it's got a really kind of youthful vibe to it. And then there's a couple of older fellas in it, and I'm one of them. One of the youthful ones? Or no, I'm not one of the youthful ones. I reckon people are going to enjoy it. I've watched all 6 episodes, binged it.
Awesome.
I didn't just flick to all my
Your
I was going to say.
Yeah, watch this bit again. I'm really amazing here.
That's like, my AFL career was very short, Eric, but I reckon I've shown my two boys my highlights, I reckon, about 48,000 times. It just happens to come on the television regularly, and I suppose you do that with your family.
How long is your highlight reel?
It goes for 2.5 minutes.
And can't possibly further him another job.
What was your first job in the industry, Eric? Like, did you do a commercial first up?
My first, probably the biggest thing was my very high rotation commercials with Lucy Lawless of Xena fame, and I played a father to a child. It was embarrassing, but it paid exceptionally well. And
How good is that? Eric, you would have done a bit of modelling, though, as well.
modelling?
Yeah.
You're a good-looking rooster.
Gaz man, or have you done any sort of catalogues?
Not yet, but
I apologise. I'm sorry about this, Eric.
No, that's all right. No. I think. Firstly, I appreciate the compliment, but secondly, I think as we're heading into the age of the white middle class, middle-aged man, we could be the next modelling sensation.
Yep.
So
couldn't agree more.
Actually, we spoke about Ben Affleck the other day, and he's broken up with J-Lo now, and they're saying that he's going through a midlife crisis as well, Eric. And he was finally, now that the relationship is over, he could wear his Red Hot Chili Peppers T-shirt, his black leather jacket. He's got a mohawk. Yeah. Have you made a purchase, or have you are you a sports car man, or have you done anything like that, Eric?
What I did for my 50th birthday, I was born in 1967. So I bought myself a 1967 Fender Telecaster.
Oh, my God. Who played that guitar over the years?
Well,
Eric?
God knows, but I'm sure someone vomited or urinated on it. And I'm sure of that because that was me when I bought it.
That is great. All right, Erik Thompson. Hey, the Stan original series, A Critical Incident. Really looking forward to this. Set in Western Sydney, he's a cop. It's now streaming only on Stan. We love you, Eric. Have a great night this Sunday night at the Logies, and can't wait to talk to you again soon, sir.
Thanks very much for having me.
This is the Fitz and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I want to get deep now. I want to get into the supernatural. I want to go guardian angels. I want to go spirits around you that you think that have saved you before 13, 24, 10. Thanks, Jess.
I've got goosebumps already, and I haven't even heard the story. It's just bloody cold in the studio. It's because someone's crossing my grave.
Yeah. Amanda Prousey was left devastated when she discovered her younger brother Simon had suddenly died of a heart attack. Now, she was told by her husband, Simon is gone. I was really confused. I thought he was mistaken. And I meant my dad because I thought of my father because he had heart surgery a year or so before. I couldn't fathom it. Simon was always so fit and healthy. We described him as invincible, but when he was gone, I didn't know what to do. I knew I had to be around my family. The thing was, though, my family was about 100 kilometres away, so she jumped into her car to go and be with her family after Simon's death. So she's in the car. I don't know, she's in second or third gear or whatever, and she's driving along.
Doesn't matter, mate.
She's pulled in, obviously got a few snacks and then on the way.
What's she listening to? What was her road trip?
John Farnham, Age of Reason.
All of a sudden, there was... I've just got to get to the story.
Yeah, okay, mate. It's you doing this. We're on your ride.
This 100-kilometre drive, though, was quite difficult, Kate, because there was a storm. It was rubbish weather, she said. It was dark, it was drizzly, rain, lightning, thunder.
We get
there was
mate.
A hurricane.
We get it.
There was an earthquake, I think,
Get to the
as well.
point.
But as Amanda was driving that night, she caught sight of a strange orange light in the sky, visible in the top corner of her windscreen.
Okay.
It was like a spark, like a firework. I didn't even question it. I just thought, okay. When I looked at it, it gave me strength. It made me calm. I was trembling, but every time I felt like I couldn't do it, I looked at the light and it comforted me. Wow. However, that wasn't the only beginning of Amanda's strange journey. After driving for almost an hour and a half, she discovered that the only road to the motorway that she had to get to her family was blocked off.
Oh, no.
After a car in the storm had driven off the cliff around about 10 minutes earlier, and police had taped off the area and were turning people around.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I hadn't cried yet at that point, but I burst into tears, into frustration, feeling so panicked. I begged the police officer to let me pass, but he refused. Okay. Then another man came over. He had a helmet on. I'm not sure if he was a police or a firefighter. He lifted up his visor and told me, do it for Josh. Go steady. It was bizarre. My son is called Josh. How could have he known that I needed to hear those words just to calm myself? So Amanda has established straight away here, Kate, that Simon, her younger brother, he was the orange light, moving her away from the cliff that someone had just driven off just before.
It's not a great story.
Is that where we're getting? Is that how you put all these pieces
not great.
together?
Then Simon has gone to the police officer and
Did you pre-read this?
the police officer. And
what's happened next, mate?
sorry, I didn't prep as well as I should have here, Tom. I'm so sorry.
It's an apology accepted.
I've only just received it. Simon's only just given me the story.
Ollie, can you please not print up the 73 pages of this story?
Yeah, just dot points, mate.
But how's that? The police officer then knew her son's name, and so Simon, obviously, as the guardian angel, went over to the police officer.
Got
it. Simon's gone to the police officer and said, "Can you just calm her down? Her son's name's Josh. Just use the name Josh." And
But
the
where's
police officer
Simon?
said,
Did he float down?
"No, he's gone. He's the guardian angel.
I
He's
know.
the orange light.
Oh,
he's
my
the one
God.
that kept her calm."
Tommy, are we live? We are, aren't we?
Yeah, unfortunately, I can't edit
We
this
can't
one.
go back to the start?
Yeah.
Okay.
I love these stories, though. I mean, I don't like your
Not that
delivery
one.
of this one, but I do love the stories.
Do you think that there are guardian angels
Yeah.
out there, people that look
Yeah.
over you and keep you safe, Kate, after
Yeah.
they've gone?
I remember I told you that story. I mean, it's quite a tragic story. When I was dating somebody who lived in Queensland and I'd never heard of the coffee club. And he took me to the coffee club because he knew how to show a girl a good
knowed, yeah.
time. I'm just speaking the way he spoke.
Yeah, sure.
Anyway, I know what you would like, Kate.
Yeah.
I'm taking you to the coffee club for a focaccia and a creamy latte.
Yeah, careful with the word focaccia.
Anyway, so I'm in the coffee club, and what I would normally do when we would have a lunch date is cry into my toasted tuna melt.
Hot.
And a lady, when I got up, when he got up to go to the toilet, probably to text his girlfriend, she came up to me and she said, because she could see I was crying, she said, "It's okay." And I said, "I'm fine." Everything's
there's
fine.
nothing wrong with me.
And
she
said,
"No, it's
no.
okay. That tuna melt, it's out of date."
It's okay, don't eat that. And she said, "You'll be fine. I can see someone here with you. Someone's here with you and they are watching over you and everything will be okay." I'm like...
Was it a pap? No. Oh, no, it was...
It was Jaden, wasn't it, the pap? Okay, so two pretty poor stories.
Well, are we going to go with guardian angels?
Yes.
I love it.
Have we got a Eleni there? Is it Eleni from Cronulla?
Yes, we do. Thanks, Fitzy. It won't be half as long as your story, so I'll give you a quick one.
What do you got, Eleni?
No one will fall asleep at this one. I'm joking. My sister-in-law was sleeping upstairs. She was in a really deep sleep. It was 2 or 3 in the morning. There was a phone that kept going and kept ringing and ringing and ringing. You know, the old house phone that would go 20 rings before you would be able to pick it up. And she thought, "Oh, my God, who's ringing all the time? This is crazy." She went to wake my brother up and realised he's not there. So she thought, "Oh, we actually don't have the house phone. Everyone's got mobile phones these days." She thought, "Where is he?" She went downstairs and there he was, passed out on the floor. He had a diabetic episode. It was 3 in the morning. And she woke him up, gave him a bit of sugar and he was okay. So we actually think that was my dad doing a phone call because he had passed away and brought it to her attention. "You better go check, just get up." He just didn't know how to get her up to go check on him.
Oh, wow. Moments in time.
He's
Like
using
that could have
the
gone
old
either
home.
way.
Wow, and he's using the home phone to call you, Eleni.
Interesting.
Let's go to Rebecca and Thelma. You believe in guardian angels, Beck?
Hey,
Yes, I
Beck.
do.
Yeah.
What's your story about your guardian experience?
So we're coming up to 5 years now, but my son had a pretty traumatic birth where he was rushed from Campbelltown to Liverpool, then to Westmead Children's for surgery.
Oh, my gosh.
And in the meantime, we'd been told that he wasn't going to survive 24 hours, let alone a week. So enjoy the time that you had with him. We were asked to turn off his life support, all the other stuff. We said no, but they said he's not going to survive. It is what it is. And I went out for, at Children's Westmead Hospital, there's cafes 5 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
So we went there with my sister and a girlfriend of mine at the time. And I was eating lunch, just minding my own business, talking to my sister and a girlfriend, and someone came up to me and tapped me on the shoulder and said, I don't want to freak you out. I'm not normally like this, but someone's telling me that your son's going to be okay. He's going to survive. Stop stressing. It's going to work out. 5 years later, he's here. He's thriving. You wouldn't even know that he's supposed to be brain dead, but he's here.
I've got goosebumps.
Oh,
Beck,
Rebecca.
Beck, did you
Covered in
ever
goosebumps.
chase this person? Did you ever see that person again or never
Never
again?
seen him. He was there, and within 5 minutes he was gone, and he just was like, just remember this. And I just was like, what the hell?
What did he look like, Beck?
He was a young tradie. He was in a high-vis shirt. You just would never have thought. He was just in a tradie. He must have been on his way to work or on a lunch break or something, and he was...
So there's
gone
no
like
way.
flash.
There's no way he could have known
No,
about
he
your
said,
son.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
Wow.
We were very secretive about it with our families and stuff. We hadn't posted anything really on social media until a week or two until we knew what was going to happen because you just didn't know if he was going to survive. So there was no way. There was just no way.
That is a
and that
great
is
story.
such great news. Is your son at school yet, or does he start next year?
He starts kindergarten next year,
Wow.
but there's
You've
no
done
delay.
well. You've
There's-
done well,
There's
Mum.
nothing.
Well, he
Yeah.
certainly has a purpose, doesn't he? He's here for a reason.
Definitely.
What's his name,
awesome.
Beck?
It's Hunter.
Hunter, the huntsman.
Yeah, what a warrior.
Just surprised that there are some tradies out there that are beneficial. That is unbelievable.
Turning up on time, in fact, the perfect time.
Well, no, he was at a cafe.
Well, you're right, he was late.
He was meant to be at the
He'll
job.
struggle to unblock your drains, but I tell you what, he'll tell you your child's going to be all right. Judith in Blacktown. What happened to you, Judith?
I lived in a flat in Blacktown, and I wasn't very well. My kidneys were failing me, and I was dying, and I didn't know it at the time, of course. And when I came out of the bathroom, I fell down. Lucky I fell on the carpet, and the unit was pitch black because I was there by myself, and it just got darker and darker because I couldn't get up to put the electricity on. I couldn't move.
Oh, Judith.
Anyway, I tried to get up as much as I could. I tried every way. I just could not get up off the floor. I couldn't get to the water. I couldn't get to my crutches. I couldn't get to the phone because it was in the kitchen.
Couldn't move.
I just laid there and I just said to God, if I don't get up from here, I'll die.
Yeah.
And I just went unconscious again. And when I woke up, I was up on the bed. Now, and then I edged my way around to the kitchen, got the phone. I drank 2 bottles of water straight away because I was so badly dehydrated. I don't know how long I laid there on the floor, but all I know is that when I woke up, I was up on the bed.
Oh, my
Judith,
gosh.
who do you think it was, Judith? Who is your guardian angel?
Everybody's given a guardian angel when they're born. So I think was my guardian angel who helped me get up, because I'll tell you the truth, as God is my witness, I could not get up off that floor. I was 60-something years old at the time, and I'm 81 now.
Oh, wow.
Judith. And you woke up on the bed.
Yeah, I woke up, I was on the bed, and I didn't know where I was because I was laying on my back on the bed.
Yeah, in the
I'm
dark.
looking up at the ceiling, and I didn't know where I was because the unit was pitch black. See, the lights weren't on.
That is an amazing.
Judith.
Yes, it was a miracle, believe me, it was a miracle. Because then on the Monday, when my lift came to take me to go to shopping and everything, I couldn't go. I was crawling on my knees. The ambulance came, took me to the hospital, Blacktown Hospital. I went in, I just a few little words, what's your name, what's this, is that? I went unconscious again.
Oh,
the
Judith.
professor of kidneys came, all this thing, blah, 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 and told me, he said, you were dying, you were unconscious,
Yeah.
your kidneys were failing you.
Oh, my God.
This is
Yeah.
okay. Now that's freaked me out,
Yeah.
Judith. So I'm believing you. You think that everybody has a guardian angel when they're born, Judith?
Everyone is born with a guardian angel. It's God's gift to them.
I hope
to
so.
watch over them and help them in catastrophe or dangerous situations.
Yeah.
God.
That's a nice thing
Can I
to think.
borrow yours when I'm a bit older, Judith? Is that okay?
Yes, certainly. You know, can tell you so many things. My mother, she was run over and killed by a car when she was 49. She lived up in Harden in the Riverina, 284 miles away.
Good spot, yeah.
I was 31 at the time and lived at right down on the river, actually, Trouton Street, Bowden, Maine.
Okay.
And the night my mother was run over and killed by a car, I knew. And she was 284 miles away.
Oh, gosh. Do you know what? To think we got such great stories when we started with such a terrible story from Fitzy.
I know.
You know?
And do you know what? Sometimes you need to start. Well, what was Drake's line? Started from the bottom, never here.
Yeah.
Oh, don't do that.
What about, hey, I got one for you. What about Silverchair? I'm watching you watch over me.
No,
Is that
do you know,
Silverchair?
We started badly and we ended really well. You don't have to end
Mate,
it.
I'm doing guardian
No,
gear.
I want
On
to
a
take more.
sour
Are we
note.
taking more calls on
Yeah.
this,
a
Tommy?
full board
Yeah,
case.
let's keep going.
Look at all the calls coming through.
And Judith is listening to our station as well. That's another miracle in itself.
To have an
Tommy. That's
81-year-old
crazy.
listener.
Yeah, Ben Fordham will be shattered that we've stolen that one.
Oh, come on.
A huge Taylor Swift fan.
What happened to your sister-in-law, Michelle?
Morning, guys. Love the show.
Love you, Michelle.
Thank you. My sister-in-law with her 4-month-old baby was driving home, had a horrific car accident with massive head injuries. First guardian angel, an off-duty paramedic, happened to be 2 cars behind, so was on the scene straight away. She went to hospital. We were told that she would not make it through the night, and if she did survive, she would have massive head injuries, and the rehab would be intense and months. She had some short-term memory issues, but she survived. She was home from hospital in 3 weeks. And when she was at home, obviously my brother was still really quite panicked about her being okay. And she'd say, Mark, stop panicking. The lady at the end of the bed with the comb in her hair is looking after me. She's watching over me. And my brother was dumbfounded. He said, so none of my siblings partners met my mum. She died when I was 18, when my brother was 22.
Sure.
So my sister-in-law never met her. She didn't met my brother till 2001. And she said the lady at the end of the bed with a comb in her hair, and my mum used to walk around. My mum fostered lots of kids and walked around with a comb in her hair, used to comb everyone's hair. So she would never have known that mum had a comb in the back of her head. Yeah.
So it was
Like
mum.
Ice
It was
Cube,
mum
or-
there.
Sorry?
Goosebumps.
It wasn't like a comb like Ice Cube or anything, was it? No, it was just like a...
just a hair comb. She used to walk around and brush her kids' hair growing up. So
Michelle.
she would never have known that. And my brother was just freaked out. She said, stop. The lady at the end of the bed looking after me, she's got a comb in her hair.
Oh, Michelle, that is... I mean, thank you for sharing. I can hear almost the nervousness in your voice at the reality of what's happened there. That is
freaking me out now.
spine-tingling.
Have we got another one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Caitlin in Borkham Hills. How were you saved, Caitlin?
Hi, Fitzy, Kate and Raygut. How you going?
Please call... Sorry, did you just call me Raygut? As in, like, ray gun.
Well done, Caitlin.
Is that all you wanted
Did your
to do?
guardian angel tell you to do that? They are very cheeky.
Yeah, just the producers. They're not guardian angels, Kate.
Yes.
You better have a good story, Caitlin.
It is. It's very good. My mum was really, really close with my nana, my dad's mum, but she unfortunately passed away. And it was like maybe a couple of years ago or something. She came to her in a dream, telling her to wake up at like 2 a.m. or something, and just to like walk outside or just have a look around. And our electrical box was on fire outside.
Really?
Isn't that bizarre? So in the middle of the night, something told her to get up.
Yeah.
Well, she did. Nana did.
And then she woke everybody up and got everyone out of the house.
That's amazing.
Caitlin. All right, we got one more. Andrew in Lugano. Do you believe
Hello,
in guardian? Do you believe in guardian angels, Andrew?
Look, I am a bit of a believer, but I haven't really got a story. my call is hopefully to inspire Ryan to. I'm thinking, you've got the adult entertainment rider there. Perhaps Fitz, you could start delivering horoscopes in the morning.
Oh, so you think the spiritual angle on the show is working for us, do you, Andrew?
It could. I think there's potential with a capital P. I mean, that story was beautiful and tragic, much like Ray Gun 2.0.
Oh, all right, mate.
Oh, who are you, Andrew? You sound like a bit of a guardian angel calling. We don't really know if you're the real deal.
Andrew's not an angel.
Judith's call obviously had an effect on you as well, Andrew, before. Did it?
100%. 100%.
Yeah. Okay,
had vibes of my mum all over it.
Weekly segment there.
Oh, I love that.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah, guardian angels.
It's not a bad idea, but it's not a good one.
Not a good one.
Could we get Guy Sebastian to sing the opener for it?
Like
Guardian Angels Brought Me Here.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah, that's really good.
Where is the silk shirt wearing psychic, Francis Bevan?
Francis. Well,
Who's Francis?
Francis Bevan's laugh is always sort of watching over us.
You said we got Francis. Jess, what have you got under Francis Bevan? I'm finding it hard to believe, Francis Bevan.
That's right.
Well, Francis would have. He would be able to see a guardian angel around you. I just don't know if we can take him seriously.
Sounds like a spooky clown.
We met Francis, I would say, how long ago, boys? About 13 years ago.
Yeah.
We were down in a hair salon. Filming something, and it was a bit of a weird salon because on the side you could get sort of your palm read and stuff like that by a guy called Francis, and we met him and we connected with him straight away, Kate. And then he became a regular on the show.
Oh, well, what did he do?
Well, he never predicted anything right, but he just became such a beautiful character of the show. You could say that he's our guardian angel, Tom. Could you say?
Well, he certainly he was very in touch with spirits. Unfortunately, most of them were you'd keep in your freezer, I guess.
Vodka-based, I think.
Well, I always felt like he was watching over me, unfortunately.
I think
out of the shower and that.
I think he was, because he used to mention that every time he crossed Mount Street, he'd think of Fitzy.
Oh, really? Quite
Finding it hard to believe, Francis Bevan.
Is he still around? When was the last time you...
His eyes went a bit funny.
No, we'll see Francis again soon.
Why don't we get him on, Tommy?
You love it.
See what's happening for the rest of the year.
I would love to meet him.
I'm going to call him.
Okay.
All right. Thanks for
Francis Bevan this time tomorrow.
The Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
Okay, Richie, what's going on in your world? Tell me something interesting.
Well, do you know what is really going on in my world? The fact that we just had a really lovely conversation during that song about, pump up songs for the morning and
get your kids up and at it.
Getting kids to school, because I know in my house it can be incredibly difficult at times, and I know there's people in the car right now and they've just kick the kids out at the school gate and taking a deep breath, and then are probably going on to the next part of their day. That may be dropping the other kids somewhere, or it might be going to work, or it might be going to look after an elderly parent. And I'm sure that does get to you at times. And
the juggle is real, isn't it?
It is. There's so many elements of family. So I just wanted to tell you a little story about a survey and how, this has come out of America, so I'd be really interested to hear about what it's like here. But over half of Americans say that their parent is their best friend. Now, I know that there's a lot of chat around that, especially when you have young kids and you've got teens. And
you still need to be a parent.
Yeah, we've spoken about that too, where you try to find the fine line between not being their friend, really, and being their parent. That's really important.
Yep.
They don't need more friends. They've got friends at school. But as parents get older and they're heading into their golden years, the value of having a friendship with them is incredible, because you get to sometimes experience new things if they're well enough, or you go out on shopping trips that you wouldn't have, or you're trying new foods, or you're doing things because you want your parents to continue to experience life, and in turn you're doing great things as well.
I find it strange though, like maybe it's different with dads and their sons, but I would never go into detail with my dad about, say, a relationship. where
no,
my
John
sister
would not like to hear that.
Where
No
my
way.
my sisters will go into detail about relationships and things, talking to mum. So maybe daughters and mothers open up and share a little bit more traditionally than dads and sons.
Do you remember what Matthew McConaughey said to us?
What did he say?
About his advice,
all right.
his advice as a father to his son. So he said, first and foremost, the first sort of 11, 12 years of a child's life, you have to be a father. You got to lay the ground rules, and you set that child morals, values to be like that for the rest of their lives. And then after that, remember he said you've got to go from being a father to being more of a brother. Remember he said, so when they become teenagers, they can feel like they can talk to you if there is something wrong as more of a brother figure.
Yeah,
you want to be more of a brother figure than a father figure.
Yeah, but they're going to need you to be a father the entire way through.
Didn't he also say, now that we're talking about Matthew McConaughey, something about that you should give your kids kind of 3 wild cards or 3 free get out of jail free passes, for example.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter where you are or what has happened or what the hell you have done.
Yeah.
Yep.
You can call me. I will come and get you. We will go home safely. I won't ask you anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going to be at home.
And everything will be all right.
All right.
So he gives you 3 all rights.
But I think he also said a successful parent, or the way he judges it, is that if his kids are around the age of 18 and they still feel they can still come to him and share, then that's a win. Like, do you and Heather, like if you meet a new guy, do you call your mum and go, you're not going to believe it, Heath. It's your daughter Katie here. And she has found the love of her life.
Why is she talking like that?
I wouldn't make a phone call like that because my name's not Katie.
You'd go, Mum, it's your daughter number 1.
Oh, thank God for that music.
It's your daughter number 1 here, and I have been kissing some hot boys.
Do you do that with Christine?
Yeah.
No, but I was
but
very...
he does with John,
Chris.
doesn't he?
I go, Chris.
Hi, Chris.
It's me,
your son.
Chris. It's your number 1 son. It's Michael.
Look, some relationships can't be like that because there's not open communication and there's a lot of,
Tom's had emails, but unfortunately he still writes the body of the email in the subject line.
Yeah, very, very difficult to communicate with my dad.
So
Long
cute.
subject.
That is
Very
so
long.
cute. But you know what? It's important if you can.
Yep.
It's great that you're
What would
hanging
you like
out
to
with
tell your mum
older.
now?
That I love her and I'm very grateful for her.
What about Granny?
I don't have grannies,
Whoops.
nor do I have granddads. I only met one set of them.
What
What would you say to Jess Mowboy if she was in the studio?
I'd say, I hope your vocal cords are warmed up, which is what I'll be saying tomorrow when she's live in the studio performing for us.
This is the song she's sang for the athletes, isn't it, in Paris? Higher.
For the high jumpers. Higher. 2 metres. Higher. 205. Higher. 210. Gold.
This is the Fitzy and Whipper with Kate Ritchie podcast.
I'm still coming down from the Olympics, and obviously we're still continuing with the Paralympics, but it's just really tough. And we don't realise how hard these people train. We've spoken about this before last week about some countries and what you receive if you get a gold medal.
That's right.
Which is unbelievable. But there are the smaller countries that don't get many gold medals at all, and one of them is the Philippines. There's a competitor in the gymnastics. His name is Carlos Yulo.
Yeah.
Carlos Yulo has become an absolute superstar in the Philippines because he took home not just 1 but 2 gold medals in the gymnastics whip.
Yep.
And this is the thing. The Philippines haven't won a gold medal for around about the last 4 or 5 Olympics games.
Oh, my God, he's a superstar.
So this guy has become such a superstar that they've actually written down all the stuff that he's received back home. Now, this is in sponsorships. This is in money. So he will get a congressional medal and at least $350,000 from the government.
Okay, that's good.
Plus, now I've got to stick with me here because this is all over the shop.
Okay.
Plus a free set of headlights and fog lights. Also, free wedding photography. He gets free haircuts.
Awesome. And
he gets furniture. And more food than he can eat in an entire lifetime.
Right, okay. So he's got like a voucher card or a McDonald's or KFC discount card?
Now, I've got to get this right because his 2 gold medals, unfortunately, they're the only gold medals that they've won in their entire Olympics history.
Oh, my God.
So this is the thing, when it comes to food that I was just talking about before, Yulo has now been offered a free lifetime supply of everything that he could possibly eat and drink. Now, we're talking coffee companies, ramen, we've got strawberry float ice cream, grilled chicken and mac and cheese.
Okay.
And if you didn't already have enough food, Yulo has now been offered free access to a chain called Vikings Luxury Buffet.
Do they just want this guy to retire fat?
Well,
I mean, it's making me want to get into gymnastics.
He's not going to be competing at the next Olympics, that's for sure, because you'll be overweight. And then a doctor has stepped up and said to Yulo, mate, I love you so much that I'm going to offer you free colonoscopies for the rest of your life.
He won't know which order to do things in. But I suppose if he's eating that much, every now and then it might be good if he goes for a colonoscopy just to refresh the system.
This is this is an article that has then gone through some other countries as well. In Kazakhstan,
what do you get?
They measure medals in rooms. So if you're a gold medal winner, you receive a 3-bedroom apartment. If you're a silver medal winner, you get a 2-bedroom apartment, and the bronze medal gets 1 bedroom in Kazakhstan.
How do they choose where the apartment is? I mean, is it like a village where all Olympians live that will have won medals?
It's not bad.
That'd be awesome.
Yeldos Smetov, who won judo gold for Kazakhstan, also received a herd of 100 thoroughbred horses, a Lexus, and the guarantee of a smooth ride no matter his method of transportation.
Okay, so he walks outside each morning and doesn't know whether to take a horse, one of 100 or a Lexus. His local council as well actually built him a road to his house for his driveway for free. Wow.
So in South Korea, Olympic medalists are exempted from compulsory military service. And in Poland, winners get an investment-grade diamond and a painting by a respected and talented Polish artist.
Oh, my God.
How
this
good
is
is
better
that?
and better. I think I'd take the 100 stallions. I don't know why, but I just think that'd be a great gift to give out to friends over the years.
No, you've got to go.
And for that, you'll receive a stallion.
You've got to go to the Philippines, mate, and you've got to take up gymnastics, because if you can get a lifetime supply of food...
Oh, my God.
Imagine whip rocking up to Vikings Luxury Buffet...
Yep.
Just do another backflip for us, Whip. Here he is, the jaws of life.
You could come to my funeral in a year's time.
Fitz in Whipper with Kate Ritchie is a Nova podcast. For more great shows like this, download the Nova Player via the App Store or Google Play.
The Nova Player.